Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Advanced accounting, we have seen valuation of goodwill, right? Now next, valuation of shares. Very important topic, this one also. How do we value the shares? What is the methodology? What types of methods are there? Which method we have to use? Why to use? What are the benefits? You know that value of the share is very much important for any joint stock company. Based on value of shares, they are going to have the credentials, they are going to have the goodwill, they are going to have the reputation in the share market. So that is why value of shares, this calculation is very much important. Now how do we value this value of shares? So there are three methods. Before going to the value of shares, valuation of shares, I must tell you there are many subjects which already prepared in our channel only by me with lot of care, time, energy and free of cost. Please check out the playlist and don't forget to forward these videos. Now coming to the valuation of shares, there are three methods of valuation of shares. These three methods are very important and easy also. If you focus only today's class, you will have a good understanding about valuation of shares, what it is. So how do we value the shares means three methods. The first method is net assets method. Net assets method. Second one, yield value method, fair value method. Net assets method, yield value method, fair value method. Three methods are there. We'll see one by one slowly. First one, net assets method. It is mainly based on the net assets value. Now this net assets method is quite easy and easy to implement. Many companies are following this net assets method to value their shares. This method also we call it as a balance sheet method or asset backing method or intrinsic or breakup method, breakup value method. Anything we can call it for the net asset value method only. Now in net assets value method, how do we calculate the shares? Simple formula is there, that if you remember, it is easy. The formula is here, value of each equity share. Each equity share we wanted to value, valuation of shares. Each equity shares, not preference shares. Preference shares we don't consider it as shares in fact, because they are fixed to the organization, will be giving fixed dividend to those preference shareholders. They are not the owners, so that is why whenever we think about shares means that is equity shares only. Please remember this point, okay? Now value of each equity share, the formula is total assets. Whatever assets are given, all the total assets we consider, total assets minus payment of liabilities. Payment of liabilities like creditors, any current liabilities are there, that kind of payment of liabilities we consider. If at all preference share capital is given, that also we are going to deduct. Total assets minus payment of liabilities minus preference share. If it is given, generally they won't give you, if they give, we have to deduct even this one also from the total assets, divided by number of equity shares. How many equity shares are there? Say we have 15,000 equity shares. So we'll write here total assets, suppose this is 3 lakh and payment of liability is 20,000 and preference shares are 1 lakh. So 3 lakh minus 10,000 minus 1 lakh divided by number of equity shares. How many? 15,000 we are assuming. So that 15,000 only we'll write. So that you'll get value of each equity share. To know each equity share, we are dividing with the total number of equity shares, so that you will get each equity share value is how much. So that we can have any kind of predictions, we can have plans, we can have strategies for the development of the organization if you know the value of share through this net assets method. This is the first method. If you understand, next we will go for the second method. Second method is yield value method. What is this yield value method means? This is determined by future earnings and estimated by the company. Yield value method is mainly based on the future earnings. How much earnings you are going to earn in the future, based on that future earnings, estimated by the company. How much I can earn, how much we are going to earn, based on that yield value method we are going to calculate. Now how do we calculate this yield value method? Before going to that yield value method, also we can say it as earning basis method, or market value method. Anything you can say it as the yield value method, but popularly we call it as the yield value method. Now coming to the formula, please remember this is important formula. How do we calculate value of shares? Value of shares in yield value method, expected rate by normal rate. Normal rate, you know, in the previous valuation of goodwill, there we have done the same normal rate into paid up value of each share. Paid up value of each share. How much is paid, total paid, that each share, that we are going to multiply. Now here expected rate we don't know. Normal rate, it will be given in the problem, just like valuation of goodwill. Now this is also will be given. What is this expected rate? We have to calculate this expected rate. Where expected rate, there is a formula. What is that formula? Available profit. Whatever profit is given, available profit divided by total paid up equity capital. Expected rate we want to know. For that, profit divided by total paid up equity capital into 100. So that you get the expected rate. Once if you get the expected rate, then write this formula, value of shares. Expected rate, whatever you got it from this formula, that divided by normal rate into paid up value of each share. So this is about yield value method. Okay. Third one is that fair value method. Fair value method, it is a combination of both net assets method and yield value method. Combination of these two. There are some limitations of asset value method or yield value method. To overcome these drawbacks or limitations, so this is the combination of first two methods. Are you getting it? That is why we say it as a dual method. Fair value method, we say it as a dual method. To calculate this fair value method, we must know as per the asset value method per share value, and also as per the yield value method per share value, then only possible to calculate this fair value method. Fair value is nothing but the combination of this first and second method. Now if you see the formula, you will say, you will have more clarity. Now what is the formula? Fair value of share is equal to share value as per net assets method. I said the first method, there is place is less, that is why I have written share value as per first method. First method means net assets method. Share value as per net assets method plus share value of as per yield value method. It means we need to know the share value as per the net assets method, share value as per the yield value method, then only you are going to take the average of these two will be the fair value method. The formula is saying the same thing, right? So fair value of share is equal to share value as per first method, as per net assets method, plus share value as per yield method divided by 2. Means average of these two. That's all, simple. So that we are taking a combination of first two methods. It is much reliable, and compared to this first and second method, it's trusted and believed that this is good. Combination of these two, average of these two. That's all. So this is the introduction of valuation of shares. Take a screenshot, pause the video or note down. If you are clear with this, next coming classes will work out practical problems. So that would be easy for you to understand. Not only whatever I am going to work out, you need to work out lot more problems by taking some of your recommended test books, do the illustrations and also exercises. Stay connected, practice well, study throughout the year, revise before exams. Don't forget to share these videos. Good luck.